Good day, Borough Bath. It is your Borough Manager, Brad Flynn. We're still here Thursday, October 19th, 2023, to discuss a little bit more on MS4. I'm going to show you where to go on the website for that information. So, what is MS4? MS4 is not a gang term, it's not a math formula. It's actually quite simple. It's environmental. And, I arrived on the scene here back in 2015, and terms were thrown at me like NPDDS permit, NPP, and ridiculous stuff, right? National Pollution Discharge Elimination System. I didn't just have a stroke just then. I trying to catch up with some of this terminology was mind blowing. So Bath is a permitted community to discharge a stormwater into the Monocacy Creek. So we have a creek that runs right through, the middle of Bath. And municipalities that they're in a watershed, right? But if they have a body of water that they are putting their stormwater into, you need to get a National Pollution Discharge Elimination System permit. And these permits run every 5 years. In the last, when I came on board, it was about getting the permit or being permitted. And then you had to make progress to implement a pollution reduction plan. And in the next 5-year cycle, which is where we're at now, it was the end of 22, fully adopted January 1 of 2023, you have to implement the pollution reduction plan. And we, as a borough, as a community, have to reduce our pollution by 10%, sediment, 10% into the Monocacy Creek. So no easy feat. It was kind of interesting because in a community where it's very hard to get residents to not blow their grass into the street when they go to cut it, the state and the feds are telling us, you got to make sure that people aren't washing their cars too and putting that stuff into the street. So where we can't get compliance on a simple thing like grass cutting or blowing grass into the street, how did we ever think we were going to get compliance with not washing cars anymore? Which is such a common thing, but it's the truth, right? You can't have soaps, detergents entering our storm sewer and ultimately getting into the creek, which affects all the biology of the creek and the organisms that live in the creek. This is all environmental, right? So what I want to do is bring it to our website and show you where you can find more information about this MS4 stuff and what it all means to you and how you can kind of follow along. So if I take you to our website, bathborough.org, I'm going to go to community. It's called the Rainwater Runoff Pollution Control webpage, right? And we have a couple different things. You can click into this site and you can get into the overall rundown of MS4. Then we have our MS4 committee you'll see and a MS4 facts page. What I want to do is just start into this webpage and show you. We have information on MS4 and what it means, right? Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System. You're going to hear this until you're sick of it, but you have to talk about it. It talks about our NPDES permit. I've also shared a link from Penn State Extension about what is an MS4 program. It's basic educational series. Information from the EPA, information from the PADEP, third parties, local watershed associations. We have the Monocacy Creek Watershed Association, information on their website. We also provide some resources from the borough, some pamphlets about MS4, and also MS4 maintenance guidance. If you want to see that material, it's downloadable. We created a little PBS type video about repairing buffers. You can watch that. It's kind of goofy, but I'm just trying to get the point across on why we do certain things. There might be other goofy videos in the future. We'll see how it goes. I've also shared with everyone our NPDES permit, which was issued and effective January 1, 2023. It expires December 31st of 2027. So that's what you're seeing there. They're 5-year cycles, and these are mandated by the feds through the Clean Water Act. And then from there, the NPDES permit is enforced by the local states, in our case, Pennsylvania DEP. And so that's how this kind of all trickles down. I've also shared with you, if you really want to get into it, 196 pages of the borough's DEP accepted pollution reduction plan. It's a great read, really is. It's exciting. A lot of words, a lot of text. There's pictures. There is pictures if you want to, kind of see what's going on. But it describes what the borough is required to do over the next 5 years, and the clock has been ticking until the end of 2027. So we have to get some basin retention ponds fixed. We got to put in a new rain garden on the school district's property. So there's lots to do. I would take this manual, read it to your kids at night. They may get a kick out of it. It may actually help with bedtime. It should put them right out, typically within about 5 minutes or so. Look at this graphic. Some of this is really neat stuff. Anyway, that's what that is. So now let's go back to community. We'll go back to the tab MS4 committee. So this committee is a subcommittee of Borough Council. There's some general information on that committee. Who's on that committee? Yours truly and some other members of Borough Council and engineering staff. But we also have minutes that we've been posting from that committee from its start in July of this year, and we'll keep posting out those minutes so you're staying informed. If you can't make meetings or you can't go to Borough Council and you don't know what's going on, you'll get all the information right here on this page. Then finally, MS4 facts. I've been trying to develop this MS4 facts for you. So to make this very simple, stormwater in general, what are we talking about? What is MS4? So if you click this accordion here, and then it'll kind of pop out some information. It gives you the history. That wasn't the right one, but it'll give you history on where this comes to be, where all the regulations come from, why is BAP doing this. This is not a borough initiative. It's, again, an unfunded mandate required by Pennsylvania DEP and the Federal Environmental Protection Agency. We talk about the stormwater utility concept. There's a bunch of information on there if you click through some of these questions. Same thing on this whole stormwater authority concept and what it's going to mean to the borough going forward. There's a lot of information here. I really hope you spend time to go through that. If you have questions, if you see a question or you don't see a question that you'd like to see on there, you can always shoot me an email at manager@boroughbath.org or call the office 610-837-6525, and we can certainly put that on there. So your question might be another question that somebody else wants to ask, but then they didn't get a chance to. So it's always good to communicate that with us. So I hope that's helpful for everybody to get you in on what it is that I, as the manager, and of course Borough Council, have to grapple with over the next few years. MS4 is here to stay. There are no exemptions for us to apply for. We directly contribute to the local watershed through the Monocacy Creek. We're required to do it. And frankly, from what I'm hearing in the industry, those municipalities that are trying to get exemptions, a lot of that's going to go by the wayside. The EPA, DEP is going to start coming down on those communities as well. We'll see how that works. Somebody will fight it for sure. But that's it. That's all I have for that. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.